All right, Allison, thank you so much for being on the podcast today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so let's start off. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll talk about your business.
So I am 41. I'm a mother of one. I'm originally from the UK, but I've lived in New Zealand since 2003. And I love to run, but not so much at the moment because it's freezing cold and it's hard to get out of the house.
I get that. All right, awesome. So how long have you been doing your network marketing business?
I joined in April 2016.
All right. And so would you mind, you're on here because you've had some pretty awesome results recently. And so would you mind painting a before picture and where you are currently picture?
Yeah, so as I said, I started in April 2016 and I kind of got a little bit of the way and got stuck at a particular level for, it was just over a year. And then I started doing some mindset work and progressed a little bit further. But then I started doing the course and all the aspects that go with that in April. And just in the last 6 weeks, I've seen a great improvement in my sales and just the way that I work with other people.
Cool.
Yeah, it's been great.
What caught my attention were the actual numbers. So would you mind sharing how many new customers you have recently enrolled, I think would be the right word, right?
I can give you like a before and...
Yeah, that'd be great.
So from February of 2017 to February 2018, I had enrolled 19 new customers. And in May, I enrolled 14 people just in that 1 month. And the previous month I'd had 8, and that was mostly because I'd started doing this new work too. The
Direct Sales Foundation. You started, when did you start?
I started the 2nd of May. That was my group.
Okay.
But I'd watched like one of your lives like in April, just.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You enrolled more customers in 2 months than in the previous full year.
Yeah, correct.
That is awesome. How does that feel?
I still get butterflies thinking about it and thinking about what's possible for the future. I'm actually really excited now, whereas before I was kind of in a slump and thinking maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I should just go out and get a real full-time job working for someone else with a set, salary cap.
Mm-hmm.
Having to put my son in daycare, like before and after school care and all that. But now I feel really excited about what we can do as a family together.
Awesome. How has your success impacted your family?
Well, my son got a Lego set that he'd been after when I hit my last rank. We've set family goals together. So we're looking forward to like going on a holiday to Japan, for example, when I achieve another rank. And my son enjoys being part of this family that we've got, with my company, and he loves the products himself. And I could see him when he's old enough getting his own account.
Awesome.
Yeah. And for my husband, it's been quite slow for him because he's a skeptic, and also he doesn't quite believe that it's possible to make, the amounts of money that you can see, that, it's only a handful of people that will ever get that because you've got to get in first. But the company I'm with, it's still such an emerging market that it's limitless, really.
I love that.
You set your own limits.
Right. Well, I'm sure this had to catch his attention though, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. Well, good for you. Okay, so tell us, what would you say would be the 3 keys that changed for you to help you to really be able to serve customers better?
Well, firstly, when people asked me what I did, I was I didn't really know what to say. I was just like bumbling along. Sometimes I'd say, oh, I'm just a mum. Other times I'd say, oh, well, I'm working part-time, but I have my own business. And kind of, I wouldn't want to push it on them, but now I've got a script that I follow. So that's one thing, is I've learned from your direct sales foundation of like creating a script, and now I find myself just saying it to people when I'm like having a coffee with them.
Sorry.
Having a script is one thing, and once you've got your own script, it comes so naturally. You're not just following someone else's words because that's what works for them. You tailor it to yourself and make it a vernacular that you would use all the time, rather than, for example, I'm in New Zealand, so I speak New Zealand English. I don't speak American English, so I make it my own.
Yeah, and I speak California English. It's the worst kind of American English. So what do you say, Alison? Like, would you be able to tell us? I mean, I know we talked about not doing too much about your product, but I mean, go ahead. What if I said, Alison, what do you do? What would you say?
I said, well, I've got my own business, and it's to do with, natural health products, essential oils. And I would love to sell you some right now, but what I usually do is I set up an appointment, or you can come to a class, and then you tell me what your health goals are. And we'll go through what's happening in your life and what you want to achieve. And then after you've, talked about yourself, I will tell you a little bit about the company that I work for and how I can help you to achieve those goals. And it takes about half an hour. So if that's something that you'd like to do, we can make an appointment and go from there. How does that sound?
That sounds great. You made that so much better than what I put in the course. Everyone who's listening, say what Alison said instead of we said. That was awesome. And how is that working for you?
It's going really good. I'm making appointments with people that I thought would never really be into it.
That's cool. All right. That was awesome. So what's your next tip?
Mindset work. My upline, she started this challenge in February. It was a 30-day mindset challenge, and it's something I've continued to do. So it involves, I'm sure she wouldn't mind sharing because she's told loads of other people, but we had a group specifically for this. So you write down first thing in the morning, the world is, and then you finish that sentence. So it could be anything to the world is amazing, the world is abundant. But the key is to keep it positive, because if you write negative stuff, then negative stuff's going to happen to you. So it'd be like, the world is an oyster and I am its pearl. Then you write, my life is. So my life is abundant, my life is amazing, my life is full of wonderful people. And then you write, I am 5 times, and you write a statement to go with I am. So I am grateful, I am loved, I am a leader. Whatever things that you really want to have, that's what you write. And she's had us listening to Jim Rohn.
Oh yeah, okay.
One of his, it's on Audible and iBooks. It's all about network marketing. Just listen to that, and we have to write down a key takeaway from that. So things like, don't wish for less challenges, wish for more wisdom. And that's one of the ones I'm always like reminding myself. But there's so many great nuggets of wisdom in that.
Awesome.
So do that, yeah. So do that every day. And a group of us did that every day in February, and she had 37 rank advancements.
Wow.
In 1 month. I had a rank advancement, so did one of my friends, so did my direct upline, and so did the person, our upline, who did this course. But she shared hers. So we were sharing them in the group, but she shared hers by mistake on her personal page. And it had the goal that she wanted on there. And so she publicly shared that goal, which was pretty cool.
That is cool. That's brave.
Yeah. So mindset, I've had to experience this energetic shift really since February. And then I found Emerge, and that just like married the two together.
Awesome. I love that.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
The third thing I wanted to share was to track. So I had no idea what my closing rate was, what my what my success rate was one-on-one or in groups, and what the average sale was. And I'd never really even set myself a sales goal until I got the Emerge Sales Tracker as part of the course. And so for May, I set this goal, and based on I put my April results in for the April one, and based on that, Michelle's like, you do realize you're going to have 59 sales conversations to achieve that goal. It's like, I can do that. People a day. But then I started having such greater success because I was already implementing what I'd learned on the course. So the number of sales conversations that I needed to have suddenly dropped to 29. And I beat my goal. And I also saw where my strengths are as a result of that tracker. It's not massive classes, it's one-on-ones.
Got it. That's so cool. How, you mentioned that, it's winter, so your son is at school?
Yes.
Because I'm thinking it's summer. How are you? Yeah. Okay. So can you tell a little bit about your work schedule? Because you mentioned earlier you didn't want to put him in before school care, after school care. So how do you make your schedule work with meeting with that many people?
I make lots of appointments for when it suits us all. And so I work part-time in an office, usually from 9 until 12:30, 1 o'clock. Some mornings I can start at 8. My husband takes our son to school 2 days a week, just so I can get an extra hour in here. And then I set appointments for 1:30. So I can do an appointment before school pickup. I have to be home at 2:45, to be able to walk to school. And then we get home, and sometimes I've had people come around at 3:30, so they come to me for an appointment.
Cool.
Or I do it over the phone. So while my son, he loves his Lego, so he's playing Lego in the playroom, and he'll come out and say, "Oh, lavender, I love lavender." We'll talk about the products and why people should get them.
That's adorable.
He's totally into it. And if I have a class, so I have appointments so before school pickup, one after school pickup, and then I might either do a phone appointment in the evening after he's gone to bed, or I try to do a class at home once a fortnight, and then he will stay up for the class and be part of that, just telling, he's picked up so many things about the products that he'll just pipe up with something.
That is so cool.
Yeah. And I don't tend to do anything on the weekend because I keep that for the family time. I'm starting to do some things on Sunday afternoons so that fits in with lots of people and can make it a family occasion. I keep my son with me then, and my husband can go for a bike ride.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. So everyone's kind of taken care of. I love that. Let me go ahead and look over my notes real quick. You explained all of that so articulately.
Thank you.
So good.
I used to be a journalist, so.
I'm sitting here thinking, wow, that was incredibly clear. And I don't need any clarification. That's cool. You used to be a journalist.
Yeah, for 16 years.
So what made you decide to want to do this business? Your son, right?
Yeah, he was part of it, but it was the place I was working in. The environment wasn't what it used to be. So we had a key staff member, the editor. He left, he got a promotion within the company. And then it just changed the dynamic of our newsroom, and I just wasn't enjoying it anymore. And I had started my own business doing run coaching, run coaching. And so that was what I was trying to make my fortune in. And so I was already out of newsroom when I came across my network marketing business. It's actually a really funny story in that I joined a business coaching group called The Influencers, run by my now direct upline. And it was a whole bunch of us who were trying to persist in our own business. And so we'd meet once a week. And one of her clients is now her upline. And she had wanted help with her business. And she ended up enrolling. So there were 8 of us on the course. And I'm just going to count up how many are now enrolled. It's me. There were four of us who were clients of my upline plus my upline. So she enrolled 5 of us.
That's awesome.
We're all in the same organization. So we're all working with each other, but for ourselves.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it got to the point where it's like, my business isn't going as great as what I hoped it would be, but there's like exponential growth in this, and I love the products for myself, and I can see how other people can use them. So,
I love that. So what do you?
This wasn't what I set out to do.
Well, is our life ever what we set out to do?
No.
It's funny how our paths always end up, but we end up right where we need to be. Alison, as we wrap up here, what are you the most excited about moving forward?
I'm most excited about helping my team grow and helping the community that I live in to, have better lives as a result of the work that we're doing.
Awesome. That's so good. Is there anything that you would want to share with our audience before we wrap up here?
About anything in particular?
Sure.
They should come to New Zealand.
Yeah?
Yeah, come here on holiday. It's an awesome place.
What's the best thing to do in New Zealand for someone that lives in California, let's say?
Depends what you're into, but the city where I live in is called Rotorua, and it's spelled Rotorua, and this is the cultural capital for New Zealand. We have geysers, geothermal activity, and lots of adventure tourism. Best mountain bike tracks in the Southern Hemisphere.
All right.
Yeah, and we've got Californian redwoods that grow better here than they do in California.
That's interesting. I live in Southern California, so we have the only nature we have left is the beach.
We don't have a beach. Well, we have lakes and they have beaches.
There you go. Awesome. Well, Alison, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom today on the podcast. I'm sure that there's someone out there that is listening to this, and this is exactly what they needed to hear today. So I super appreciate, first of all, your hard work to be a role model for so many people, for sharing your success with our coaching team so that we knew, and for being willing and brave to come on a podcast here. But I guess you're a journalist, so it's not so bad for you. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.